Welcome back to the channel. This is Drawing Comics with CT Guy. There's my Instagram if you want to check out my other art. And if you want to send me an email, you can do that at ctguy.comics@gmail.com. So today I was working on a commission. It is Pokemon. You can see here there is a really quick sketch of the three characters, Honchkrow, Palossand, and Snorlax. So after the initial sketch was approved, I got it into Comic Draw. That's the main software I use for drawing comics when I'm doing it digitally. And you can see about sort of three main layers right now that I'm working on. If you look really closely, you can see the initial sketch underneath. So what I do is I typically work on paper, just do really quick, easy pencil sketches. And then after I do that, I just take a quick photo and I can drop it in as a bottom layer and reduce the opacity on my iPad, inside of Comic Draw on the iPad. And then once I do that, I use a more traditional technique. I don't need to necessarily use a blue and red color when I'm doing my sketches, but I find it really helps me to work the image a lot more, meaning I'll do an initial sketch on paper, and then once it's in the Comic Draw software, then I can decide if I want to do another quick sketch, maybe in blue or red. In this instance, what I did was I used a combination of blue and red. So for the lining, or the outline rather, I used a red color pencil or digital pencil. And then for some of the shadows, I decided to go with a blue. And then once that's all finished, then I can work on the inking. I'm going to head on over to my official website. I'll put a link in the description below on this video. If you're interested in the art that I'm doing on this video or other videos as well, you can head on over to the store and you can buy some of this stuff. You can also have links to my Instagram and my YouTube channel as well. There's email signups, and if you want to, you can even donate to my channel. The website is powered by Square, so it's really user-friendly and secure. You can pay in a variety of ways, and you can preview anything you're going to buy. So head on over to the store, check it out, pick some stuff up, maybe for yourself or as a gift. All right, that's enough business for one day. Let's head back to the drawing. You can also see I've sped up the video. I don't want to take too much time going over every little single detail. I mean, I enjoy drawing channels like everyone else, but I don't have an hour or two to watch someone draw every little detail of a drawing. So I really do enjoy these sped up videos and other comic creators. Like an example would be Clayton Crane. I'm a big fan of his, like Instagram. I don't know. I don't think he's doing anything on YouTube that I know of, but yeah, it's just really helpful so you can see the process and you can sort of enjoy the drawing without having to sit there for an hour or two. Drawing is very laborious in a lot of ways. And you can see even just, I can sit here and do a line and then I'll erase it and then I'll go back in just to sort of make it right. One thing I do like about digital inking, you can see what I just did there was I can throw a line down on the drawing, and then if I feel like it's a little bit thick or I want to vary the thickness, I can go back in with my eraser and kind of carve out that area, which is really helpful. You can click a like and subscribe on the video. That helps the YouTube algorithm to find me, or if you're into these types of videos, it helps you find these types of videos as well. So I've never really spent much time watching or reading the Pokemon comics. So when someone asked me for commission, I just sort of asked them what they were kind of looking for. And it wasn't too difficult to find some references. Usually I just use references to get some of the character traits that have been more standardized within inside of a particular genre, or in this case with Pokemon, it has a really long, rich history of character design. So I kind of do like tackling or taking on these different types of commissions, just because if it's something I've never really drawn before, I can use my drawing techniques, and I can also use my sort of visual language that I've learned drawing comics and just integrate that into pretty much any sort of topic or character or design. And I think that pretty much goes for everything. If you have a specific design that you like, or sorry, not a design, but rather if you have a specific, let's call it techniques you like if you're more realistic in the way you draw, or if you're more stylized, or if you're more comic book based, you can just apply that to anything that you're actually going to draw. It's just some basic choices. So when I started this commission, I just did the quick sketch as you saw at the beginning of the video, and then I sent it to the client, and then they said, yeah, I like that design, I like the layout, that kind of thing. And I don't want to spend too much time on the initial sketches because there's going to be a lot of decisions made along the way, but obviously it had to have these three characters in it, and I wanted to have a specific flow. I actually used kind of a spiral flow to the layout of the characters. And as I was doing it, the client gave me an option of color or just black and white. So my initial intention was just black and white because it's a lot faster. But after I was finished, I was happy with the drawing, but I decided to do some colors. I won't show you the colors in this particular video because that would be, again, really time consuming. So I'm just going to show you the inks. And as you can see, I'm making further choices as I'm inking the image. And that's pretty common. If you're both in like a writer and an artist, you're going to make decisions along the way that could affect the final outcomes, let's say, of your comic book, which that happens to me a lot. I'm constantly changing the text, or I decided I want to go in a different direction. And the great thing about being like a writer artist, and in the sense of when you're a comic artist, if you're also an inker and an occasional colorist like I am, I think that my drawing in black and white and also pencils is probably the biggest strength that I have, and coloring is not my strong suit, but I'm happy to do it. I think that you can make these little changes as you go along, which is always really helpful. So we're just about coming to the end of the video, and there is the finished product that you can see, and then later on you can see the colors that I integrated. I'm overall pretty happy. I like the shadows in this one, and that's the final colors. So that probably gives you a better idea of my commission work. And as you saw earlier in the video, you can certainly go to my Instagram and see more of my stuff, and you can also visit my store. All right, everyone, thanks for watching.